Our very special guest this morning from ZOE International, our friend Brad Ortenzi is here. He is the Eastern USA Regional Director of ZOE International. Good morning to you, Brad.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
It's great to have you here. Anybody you want to say hi to this morning?
Yeah, just like to shout out to my colleagues at ZOE International and all our partners with the Human Trafficking Task Forces.
Tell us about ZOE International and what you do.
Yeah, so ZOE International, we're a global organization. We're dedicated to fighting human trafficking through prevention, rescue, and restoration. We have operations spanning the globe, really. We're in Thailand, Japan, Mexico, Australia, and here in the United States. Here in the United States, we're in Los Angeles and Southeast Pennsylvania.
And how did you get involved with ZOE International?
Yeah, so I was a detective in Ephrata, looking for what I wanted to do after I retired, and just sort of got moved in the direction of exploitation with kids and how I could help. Found that ZOE International was doing operations in Thailand, and my wife and I ended up retiring early and then going to Thailand and working as missionaries in Thailand for 5 years with ZOE International.
That had to be amazing.
It was a great experience, yes.
Yeah. Technology plays a big part in the part of human trafficking. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, for sure. There's really a nexus and an intersection with technology in the recruitment, the grooming of children. So one of the things we do at ZOE International is try and teach parents of how to keep kids safe online. So we've taken a lot of the research we've done all over the globe and compiled that into how parents can have conversations with kids, where are the danger points, and just making sure that kids are safe online.
How can parents get a hold of that information?
Yeah, on our website, ZOE International's website, gozoe.org. All our information is on there. We also have a great resource on there for parents for keeping the kids safe, but they can contact us and we can come to any organization, any cell group, and teach about what we're doing with defeating human trafficking.
And that's something you guys do. You come out to churches, you come out to organizations and give a presentation of that information.
Absolutely. ZOE does that all the time, but we also do that as a task force. We'll bring members of the task force if larger community bodies or county organizations want to know about what's going on with human trafficking here in Lancaster County or Southeast Pennsylvania.
Yeah, gozoe.org. It's ZOE is the ZOE, and you want to check that out. Are people often surprised to find out that this area is one that is very much exploited as far as human trafficking goes?
Absolutely. It's very surprising. We live in a beautiful county here, a beautiful area for sure, and they are surprised at the numbers. We've made a lot of arrests here since the inception of both the Lancaster and Berks Human Trafficking Task Forces. And, you know, there's a lot of tourism here in this area, and human trafficking does follow tourism.
So how can our listeners be involved? How can they pray for you? What are ways that they can be a part of what you're doing with ZOE International?
Yeah, I think that what we always encourage people to do is just learn more about human trafficking, what they can do. Human traffickers need vulnerability to exploit in order for the recruitment of human trafficking. So with that, and who better than the church to attack that problem of vulnerability? So, but we're always there to help and try and give ideas of how they can get involved. So contact us. And we can help.
We're going to talk more with Brad coming up. In the meantime, gozoe.org is the place you want to visit to get more information. Today, our special guest, our friend Brad Ortenzi, is with us. He's with ZOE International. Good morning again, Brad.
Hey, good morning, gentlemen.
Great to have you here. Before we talk about ZOE International, you were an Ephrata police officer, detective. Then you and your wife went to Thailand to be missionaries. And tell us a little bit about what it was like to experience the church in Thailand and what you found there.
Yeah, it was great. My wife and I often joke to ourselves of that we were going to go to Thailand and experience the Christian culture there and hopefully bring something of what our Christian culture means to the Thai people. But it was actually worked in reverse of that. Just watching and doing life with the Thai people, how they just do their day and how much Jesus means to them in the midst of all of that was a life-changing experience.
And whether in Ephrata or in Thailand, you have worked to help those who have been impacted by human trafficking. Tell us about what ZOE is doing.
Yeah, so again, ZOE, we're global here, specifically in the southeast region of Pennsylvania. We are the coordinating organization for both the Berks and Lancaster counties human trafficking task force. So that puts us in a really unique position where we're on the stings with police, and our advocates and our mentors are meeting with the women that we're coming in contact with.
Wow. So you're doing that throughout Berks and Lancaster County.
Correct. We've been doing some consulting in other counties, kind of showing how we have set up here, and there's been some possibilities of maybe expanding to other counties. But right now, we're specifically the coordinating organization for Berks and Lancaster County.
Yeah, that's amazing that you're able to be in that position to work with those county agencies, but then also to be there for those who are being impacted by the trafficking.
It's a very unique situation, and one, we actually have some senators looking at this whole process to see how we can duplicate that in other parts of the state. But we're in a very blessed position to be able to minister to those that are victims of human trafficking. And not only that, we're able to do some really great stuff with some girls in some county organizations and county shelters to prevent them from being trafficked in the first place.
Because they are the ones who are going to be looked at as the most vulnerable.
Absolutely. We're always looking for the most highly vulnerable here in Berks and Lancaster County and starting our prevention and mentoring programs with them.
How is the church helping you in that effort?
Yeah, great way. And again, we wouldn't do this without the church. We couldn't do this without the church. So funding comes from the church. We're completely 100% private funded. So funding comes from the church and from believers that believe in what we're doing. But also, we're always looking for volunteers to help us with some projects and things of that nature. So, yeah.
How can folks get more information about what you're doing?
Our website, gozoe.org. All our information's on there. My contact information's on there. Again, we want to do as much as we can to get the word about human trafficking in your community and how we can attack vulnerability in our communities, which is what the church is designed to do. And that helps and inevitably helps combat human trafficking.
And you have a lot of that information online, but you're also willing to come out to churches, other organizations to talk about what you do and about the vulnerabilities out there.
Absolutely. And it doesn't matter how small the group is, we will come and share what we're doing with this ministry.
GoZoe.org. It's ZOE. So GOZOE.org. Check it out online. You can get a lot of information there. If you want to contact Brad, have him come out and speak, you can do that as well. What's the best way our listeners can, pray for you right now, Brad?
Yeah, just for our team globally, just to keep into the fight. It's hard work. We're in the trenches day in and day out, and sometimes it gets tiring. So just for that, and really, quite honestly, for the vulnerable as well. Just making sure they get the help and what they need.
We want to encourage you to pray for Brad and his team. You can check it out online as well. GoZoe.org. Brad, thank you for joining us today.
It's a pleasure. Thank you,
We
gentlemen.
loved having you. Consumed by Fire, back to the music on WJTL. Good morning.